Afternoon, everyone. I'll try that again. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the BuildIT Construction QC Tech Preview webinar. We've got actually a great turnout for such short notice on this event, so I'm excited to be presenting this to you today. Before we get started, and people are still filing into the meeting, just another note here, we are going to be playing some video content during the meeting that will require Adobe Flash Player. So please be sure if you're logging in from a PC to ensure you've got the latest Adobe Flash Player installed. If for some reason the videos still don't play for you, we are going to supply them after the webinar, along with links for additional information, signing up for the tech preview, things like that. During the session, if you have questions, you'll see the Q&A section on the BlueJeans app interface. So go ahead and start listing your questions there, and at the end, we'll go through all the questions. But want to streamline through the content here and get started. So with that, let me go and kick into the slides. So I'm Scott Diaz, Director of Business Development for our BIM Sim vertical, which essentially means AEC division. And Vito, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, and I'm Vito Morin. Thank you, Scott. And I'm in charge of the BuildIT division here in Montreal.
Very good. I'm broadcasting here from Houston, upstairs in my home. And let's get a little summary background here. The session will review Faro's technical preview of BuildIT software and how the product's powerful algorithms can solve construction verification challenges in the AEC space. So at the end of this session, you'll be provided an opportunity to participate directly in a tech preview program. And the intention is to help us create and customize a best-in-class QA/QC solution for you, the AEC customers. So this is very early stage, and we're going to give you some more background on where BuildIT came from, everything like that. But first, we're going to take a look at the importance of construction verification. Now, most of you that are in the construction world now are dealing with these problems on a day-to-day basis. You know this is a hot topic. So we'll take a little bit look for those of you that are less familiar with the importance. Then we'll do an intro to BuildIT and look at some exercises on where we could apply BuildIT now. Talk about the tech preview, how you can get involved if you're interested, and open it up for questions. So construction verification, just to quickly define it, tools and processes performed throughout the building construction which provide a routine feedback loop to parties involved regarding construction progress and adherence to design specifications. So in short, we call this construction QA/QC. Many of you are familiar with this already, but why is it important? Okay, so a couple of graphs here from the McKinsey Global Institute in 2015. On the left side, you see a number of different industries, and this is ranking it as far as the digitization of the industry. And if you look down to the bottom, you see construction. So this was 2015. I would assume that it's starting to inch its way up by now. We're starting to see the acceptance of new technology construction, which has been needed for a long time. But there's a great opportunity here is what we see. And on the right side, we see what will change construction. And what they ranked as number one is high definition surveying, which is obviously something Faro's involved in now. You go around, you see a number of different items here where Faro, we feel we can help have an impact for our customers and to the industry, and especially also number 5, future-proof design and construction. So moving on here, some additional facts about construction. This first one actually got from Autodesk, the number of people involved in design versus construction. So people involved in pre-construction and general design was estimated around 10 million. And the number of individuals actually involved in construction, 180 million. So obviously there's some great opportunity there that we'd like to focus on. Additional facts here, as much as 30% of construction is rework, 10% of materials are wasted. Labor is used at 40 to 60% efficiency. And for those of you that are using construction QA/QC methods now, you know that a lot of times in the field, if it's non-laser scanning methods, for example, subcontractors or contractors are relying on spot checking. where, you know, a subcontractor can get away with spot checking an area that will, you know, one area may not pass and another area will pass. Well, guess which one they're going to turn in. So as a result, general contractors can get subpar work. So these are types of things that we're trying to help our clients do, and we actually need your help as well. Where is QA/QC applied? You may have something in particular in your mind where you would like to see QA/QC workflows applied or improved, but this is only a small sample of areas where QA/QC could be applied in the field. So anything from site excavation to concrete to MEP to dealing with cladding or the exterior envelope, architecture, number of different areas, right? And QA/QC is not really new for Faro. In our BIM/SIM division, we have existing QA/QC solutions built in to our Scene products and to our PointSense products. So the purpose behind BuildIT really is to try and consolidate all of our QA/QC workflows under one umbrella. When we start looking at dealing with laser scan data and analyzing it for QA/QC, there's a couple different approaches here. The main one is surface analysis. So it is how it sounds, right? Most everyone that's worked with laser scanning has experienced some heat maps, some sort of surface analysis or deformation analysis on the face of objects. But next to that, we have object-based analysis, right? Is this entire element, this BIM element, is it aligning with existing conditions as elements are being constructed in the field? So in this case, you know, is the beam in line with the as designed? And if not, how far off is it and in what direction? So two different methods for looking with QA/QC. So kind of a forward-looking approach here. Construction sites will become factories in need of build and verify solutions. We're already seeing this transition. So as we're going through the construction process and the building construction process, we need to make sure we're on track and that things are being built to spec. And build and verify. So Faro's involved in a number of different industry sectors, but really our bread and butter since we were founded has been in the manufacturing space, in the product design space, in the metrology space, where build and verify is essential. These are things we're really, really good at already. We're just not fully applying it to our AEC division yet, our BIM/SIM. So that's the purpose of doing things like this tech preview, to see why not leverage the technology we already have and try to apply it to additional verticals within our company. So with that, that's where I want to give an intro to BuildIT. And I want to turn over to Vito here to give us some background on BuildIT.
Thank you, Scott. So yeah, BuildIT has been around since the early 90s, and the software has always been dedicated to manufacturing, quality control, assembly, and tool building. We have a full team of application engineers, developers, and specialists that you know, their entire focus is to work on the application. And more recently, last year in July, BuildIT was acquired by Faro, so we're now part of the Faro group. So BuildIT has all this tool set of features and functionalities for example, importing various CAD formats, the positioning of parts, point cloud analysis capabilities where we can compare point clouds to CAD, alignments, and cloud processing. So all these features and all these capabilities can be used for other applications. That's what we were thinking of BIM/SIM. So for a number of years, BuildIT has been using some of the largest companies in the world and some of the most advanced manufacturing on fighter jets like the F-35. So BuildIT is used in 5 of the top 10 largest aerospace manufacturers in the world and 6 of the top 10 largest defense contractors. So our technology has been proven and applied on factory shop floors for a number of years, and is a solid and mature solution. So with that, and Farrell's experience in construction and BIM sim, we wanted to take that technology and combine it with what's already available with Farrell, so that we have really the ultimate construction QC solution. What we need to do is better understand some of the workflows so that we can streamline the way the software is used now to simplify it and to make it specific to construction. But we already worked on certain application. We saw how it could be used, and that's some of the examples that we're going to show. So before that, I'll explain what BuildIT as and some of the capabilities for most of you that are not familiar with it. So first of all, BuildIT is a standalone application. So it doesn't run on any other software. It's completely platform independent. That means that we can be multi-CAD. We can import from any CAD format. And right now we have DWG, DXF, and SAT files, but we plan to expand this to other formats. Same way we can import the data, measurement data from various formats in the same way. So we have already the ability to import native focus files, FLS files, point cloud files. But not only that, we can interface in real time with measurement devices. So that allows a complete flexibility in what's allowed. In addition to that, we have algorithms that can do automatic alignment. There's a series of alignment features that are available. The software can do real-time measurement, can give real-time measurement feedback. And then we can do all the analysis, including deviation analysis and presenting it in various ways. In addition to that, the software is highly customizable and configurable, so that workflows where you're selecting multiple functions, features, and commands in the software to do a workflow can be simplified into one click. And that's some of the work that and the capability that we're going to be using, and that you're going to see in some of these examples in the next slides. And in addition to that, obviously, we can report all of this in PDF and other formats, and customize it exactly to the needs of the applications. So what we're going to do is we're going to show a few examples of workflows that we thought would be valuable.
Yeah, and just to reiterate Vito's points here, I mean, this is a manufacturing product. It's a metrology-based product. It's raw. And we are taking it as is and trying to apply it to what we believe are workflows needed in the AEC space. But to Vito's point, the algorithms that are built into this program are extremely powerful. We have to just tailor these tools for our space, and that's where we need everyone's help. The customization, one of the great things about the product is the fact that you could, if you have something very specific that you want it to do, you yourself or we can develop it as well, create a series of macros within the product to make it, especially when you open the program for someone on site, do something very specific. And get rid of other things that they don't need to see to avoid confusion. So highly customizable, highly powerful. And in some cases, I guess, Vito, would you say maybe it's, we have to dial back the power a little bit because of the level of accuracies that are typically needed in the manufacturing space?
Yeah, so when we're talking about manufacturing or building a plane, the tolerances are extremely tight. So our algorithms are extremely powerful, and we have a lot of different commands for that. So what we want to do is kind of dial it down and simplify the workflows so that they can be used for the AEC space.
Yeah. Okay. So let's jump into some of these exercises, and I'll let Vito kind of take us through here. The first one is really going to be we have a BIM model that came out of Revit that was supplied. We have the point cloud overlaying. Everything is already aligned as far as to survey control. So both the point cloud and the model are going to come into BuildIT aligned as best as possible, and then basically going to run a deformation analysis.
So yeah, if we play the video, I'll show the example. So in the video, what you'll notice is that the process is going to go automatically. So we're using the automated capabilities of the software to go through all those features. So the first thing you're going to see is that, the model is there. And then as we play the process, it's going to import the point clouds. Once the point clouds are imported, it's going to clean that point cloud. So there's an association of the point cloud to the actual structures. In this case, we're analyzing the beams. And from there, it's going to do a comparison to verify how far they are. And you'll see on screen the actual color that show the deviation. So if it's green, it's at the right place. If it's yellow, it's a bit further off. And if it's red, it's out of tolerance. And you can visualize all of that. And then inside the software, you can even do more queries where you're looking at different distances and analyzing it even further. That's a quick example of that.
Okay, cool. So then moving on to the second exercise, and again, these are areas where we felt like that software could be applied, but we're also looking for your ideas as well. But second one would be something like floor flatness or floor wall plumbness. So Vito, if you want to introduce that.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and play the video. Again, here we're calling it floor flatness, but it could be basically a wall, or we're basically looking at how flat a surface is. So we can import the entire model inside of BuildIT. So you're seeing here the full point cloud. We can visualize it, move it in 3D. So BuildIT has algorithms that simplify it when we're moving it, so it can be moved quickly. So the next thing that the user is going to do here is he's going to trim the point cloud to only keep the floor that he wants to analyze. So he's selecting that floor and cutting it out. So now only those point clouds are kept. And then what we're doing is we're doing a comparison against a flat surface. And there's going to be an analysis of the point clouds. So you're going to notice that the point clouds are colored with the different tolerances. And the next analysis that is going to be done is that we're going to create what's called needles so that we can see even quicker and easier that separation.
It looks like the video got cut off there a little bit.
It's okay. It was that. So basically, BuildIT as a full tool set of capabilities, and we're just taking different examples of what can be done. But
Right.
Basically, the potential is limitless in terms of the actual application.
And you'll notice we haven't plugged in any standards, level of accuracy, level of detail standards, anything like that. Any industry standards for floor flatness, or again, it's very raw product. We're trying to show you that the capability is there. What we need to know, even as far as user interface, what should it look like when we open it up? What the menu should show? What should be the user experience? These are all things that we want to get people involved in at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the third exercise, and talking about beam camber and deformation.
Yeah. So what you'll see here is we'll look at a specific beam and the CAD for specific beams. So if you play the video. So now we got the full CAD that's there, and the CAD is going to be trimmed to only keep the point cloud and the CAD of the beam, so that we're going to analyze the camber only and the deformation only on that specific beam. So we're taking the point clouds and we're analyzing them against the surface of the beam. And again, we're going to get a color map and needles that show that deviation of how much it's actually bending. So that's it. So you're getting a color map of where it's at, and then you can take specific queries at different points of the beam. It's very visually, I call that.
All right, and then we'll move on to the fourth exercise, which I think is pretty cool. Now, I know that when it comes to automating the process of aligning a point cloud to an existing model, to the design model, on one side it sounds great, very enticing, a problem that I've heard a lot of our customers would like to see solved. On the other hand, when you're doing it on a large scale building, we understand that there's a risk of not staying tied to survey control. But I feel like maybe there's application here on smaller local level comparisons. And so yeah, Vito, if you want to kind of explain what's going to happen here.
Yeah, so here you can play the video. So here we're going to have the same thing. There's a point cloud that's imported into the software, and we have a CAD that's there. But obviously, initially, they're not aligned. So the CAD is further out than the point cloud in 3D space. What we're going to do is an alignment where we're going to take 3 parts of the point cloud and associated the 3 parts of the CAD, which is another type of alignment in the software, and now there's going to be this alignment that's done, and you're going to see basically the point cloud overlaid on the CAD, and from there's going to be an analysis of the actual CAD to part, so verifying that it's manufactured properly. So now it's aligned. So you see that it's overlaid. So, and now the next step is going to be the actual analysis. So all the surfaces are selected compared to the point cloud. And again, there's different methods to do the analysis. In this case, it's a color mapping. And yeah, you see where there might be issues with your part and where it might be off. And you can then do the adjustments that are necessary to it. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, so pretty interesting. Definitely somewhere where we want to get feedback. I could see some application on, scanning something in a fab shop and comparing it to something newly created in a fab shop and comparing it to the as design or to the model for alignment. But we'll have to see what customers say on that, or if you all are willing to participate, which kind of leads us to the next part of the presentation here. So let's talk about the tech preview. What does that mean exactly? Again, this product is really geared towards our metrology sector, to manufacturing, and we're getting our BIM-SIM customers involved as early as possible here. We need your feedback. So Faro needs testers willing to provide your construction and engineering knowledge. We really a chance to be creative here on the ground floor. What do you want a QA/QC software to do for you? What functionality do you imagine? What pains do you have in the field that you'd like to see solved? What's the user interface got to look like on that particular function for you? What industry standards must be plugged in? What file formats need to be working, or should we be compatible with, or seamless integration with what scanners. Obviously, we want to make it as seamless with the Faro scanner as possible, as seamless with our file formats as possible. What next generation problem solving are we not thinking about? You know, we're not the end all be all. You are the users, you're in the field every day, you understand the problems, and that's why we're getting you involved. So we want to create the best possible QA QC workflows for you that we can. But in order to do that, we need your feedback. So if you like what you see in its raw form now, now's a chance to help us build something better and be at the leading edge, influencing the future of construction technology. If you read the little questions at the bottom here, I mean, at least some of these videos that we showed today, some of the discussion, we hope it gets your mind working a little bit on where you feel like you could apply these things. Keep in mind that this product is extremely customizable, and we are ready to customize it, and Faro's ready to pay heavy attention to construction QA QC. So we want to fast track whatever you all as a majority would like to see the product do for you. So what's going to happen next? The tech preview, basically you're going to have access to the software through the end of October. And you can apply for the software on our early adopter site. So for those of you that are not familiar with the Faro early adopter program, this is a program that was put together not too long ago, which gives our customers early access to innovative products. So you get them before they're, you know, completely finished. Let's say that we need the nerds out there, right? This is in this case with the tech preview, not even a beta. So this is very early stage. What you're going to do is you're going to visit the link. You need to register by August 11th. And when you fill out the form at the drop down here, you're going to see an option for BuildIT Construction QC Tech Preview. So that's what you want to choose in the form. Now, if you are already a EA member, doesn't matter. Just go to this and choose BuildIT for Construction QC Preview. We will be, you know, we'll make sure not to double you up, but we need that for the count on who's actually interested in testing the software. So once you're registered, we're going to collect everyone who's interested, and you know, very soon we'll come back with more information on how to get started with the software. You'll be directed to some tutorials and training, and we'll also set up a feedback structure at that time. So you'll know exactly who you can talk to, where you can get support, and where you can post your demands and feedback to our team. So you'll be working directly with our application engineers and developers, and me and Vito as well.
Yeah, Faro and BuildIT, we're really excited about this project. We see great potential. I think we got really powerful tools that we can combine to make a fantastic solution, and already we're seeing great results, and we just want to continue in that way. So we hope a lot of you join this program.
Yep. Okay, so with that, you know, not too long of a webinar, just a little preview for what's to come. I want to open it up for questions. So do we have any questions in the panel?
No, not that I see. So if people want to add questions, they can go in the QA window on the right, and they can type the question. We'll wait for a minute. If not, we'll continue on.
Yeah, I had a question yesterday, Vito, from someone. They were asking if the E57 was a supported format, or if that's something that's more on the to-do list.
Yeah, so we're aware of the need for E57. It is something that we looked at. It's on the to-do list, so it's not available as of today, but it's there. We have a lot of formats that are available. So now it's not as practical because you might go through an interchange format to go to the next one. At least it's functional, but we'll improve that as we go along.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, I don't see any questions, so I'm just going to put this up while we close out here. But you know, it was a quick webinar. give you an idea of what we're doing with BuildIT and how we're trying to apply it to construction QA/QC. I hope that you all find some value in this, and we really need your feedback. So please register if you have interest to help build a program for yourself, essentially. At this time, Avita, do you have anything further?
Yeah, so we'll send out an email following the presentation, so you'll get all the information that we presented. You could forward it to your colleagues, and you'll get the information on how to sign up.
Great. So if there's no questions at this time, we'll go ahead and end the broadcast. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.